I don't care if I'm the first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black.
Yeah, this is D talking. Welcome to this chamber of question and answer.
They confuse ethnicity.
If you're not black, what are you?
Let us begin.
And today we're going to react about a young Somali who was talking about he's not black or African, and then that's correct. He is right. Let's dive into it and check his claim.
I don't care if I'm the first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black. Let me ask you a question. Are Moroccans and Egyptians black? Tradition, our history, our culture are so much more different compared to these other countries that are actually black.
No, we are not going to discuss about ethnicity. We are going to talk more about the effect and impact of being black or African. And this is more about psychological negative impact. Let's dive into it and check. We might find some answer. Remember, this is not about ethnicity attack. This is not about who is right, who is wrong, who is perfect, who is not perfect. This is more about constructing discussion, educative topic that we are helping each other to learn from each other about culture and tradition. This will be my first video clip on discussion about culture and tradition, so we will have more topic to discuss that will help us to understand the other side of the ocean and the other side of the ocean. We'll discuss more things from north, south, east, west, and central. So when we discuss this, it might bring some
Freedom.
enlightening that people will understand and learn others' culture, so that when they hear negative stuff, or maybe they hear the story from another culture, they will be able to defend another culture even if they are not belonging in that culture. So it's more about togetherness. It's more about our brothers and sisters. We are cousins, whether you're from north, whether you're from east, west, south. We're all beyond this skin red. Why now more so Somali people coming out and ditch the blackness and African identity? They are correct. I'm not judging from their point of view. I understand and learn from their culture because they are fighting for their ethnicity. Don't forget to like it, share, subscribe it if it's possible, because you will not miss my next video. And when you see me, I see you, you know the drill, right? That's humanity. Stick around as I proceed to discuss about this short video clip from this young Somali. Let's dive into it and discuss the cause. But what I don't concur with him is when he said that I'm not black or African, because black and African is about this. When he say it's about this, you'll see a video clip with a man standing, and behind of him there is some kind of explosion that indicating that civil war, chaos, fighting each other, misunderstanding this unit. So he's referring like to be black or to be Africa is chaos and civil war. As we know that that video triggered a lot of concern on African people based in North America and Europe. A few people came out from Africa to talk about it and just to level some matter. This is a teenager, and you know nowadays there is several factors why now, why not in the past, why we see new generation coming out to resist it and they just want to go by their ethnicity. So it's quite an interesting topic to discuss. We don't want to hide anything, just we want to know the truth. It's not the matter who is have better knowledge, who doesn't. Everything is on another face. So people have the right to claim who they are rather than the name which has been given by the colonialist. It's an interesting topic, like I say to you. It's just a hot topic to discuss. We might discuss this and some fellow might come out and to rebuke you that, oh brother, you are out of context, brother, you are out of line. We are black, we are Africa, and that's who we are. I say correct, things are changing. That's right, and that's good, bringing out the truth so that people won't live in lies for so long. So let's get started. Before 1945, what happened? What was going on there? By then, the African continent had its own traditional and culture setup. They had own names.
they will not stop until the whole of Africa is theirs.
There are a lot of theories. By then, before colonialism, every society had its own identity. They have their own way of conducting business, marriage, security, election, politics, agriculture, construction, and so on and so on. So each society had its own foundation. So after the colonialist came, or after these so-called people who discover things started their journey to Africa, it's when chaos began. Disunity, civil war, poverty, political conflict, racial or social profile. It's when everything started to get weird and more. So what happened? Let's dive into it. So during colonialism, European came to Africa, North America, Asia, Europe, and African traveled to Europe, North America and South America, Asia, and Middle East. And Asian traveled to Africa, to South America and North America. So the community, the society started to scatter everywhere because maybe of natural calamity, political instability. A lot of people were nomadic and farmers, so they tend to travel far away for green pasture. Some people went out in the name of preaching the gospel, but they were not really into the core. Some were so rich, they just explore for richness and find more like gold and diamond so they can go back to build their country. That's how another society got contacted with another society. When the colonialists came, conquer and divide, lies, kill, rapes, few to mention. And then we had civil war because another tribe just in conflict and fight. And then we got internal war because other tribe refused to be colonized, all their resources to be taken away. So we had a lot of conflict. Even Somali themselves fought to protect their land. During colonialism, the Europeans were in Africa. So they just called African people black because they had a dark skin. Historical fact also might be one of the factors that contributed to this young Somali don't want to be associated with African people because they had a dark skin. In 1796, the name black was given to African people, meant like people, something without light or something without spirit. These teenagers are educated. They are going through everything on what happened in the past, especially what happened to African people. Okay, another factor, Africa was divided and been conquered or taken by different countries from Europe. So the division and remapping of Africa also might be one of the factors that young men from Africa now, they don't want to associate it with that name. They just felt like our ancestors were conquered, just associated themselves with the failure, shameful stuff were happening. They just associate themselves with the fact that we are not on the map like on a higher stage. We're just called names and associated with the inferiority stuff. So those stuff, we don't need to judge them right away. There is a reason why they are trying to get out from that identity. Next one I can say it's after 1945, after the World War II, a lot of countries lost and retained their culture and tradition. So when these teenagers who were born outside Africa and still have ties with Africa, and they see the continent was conquered and divided and all resources have been shifted to another culture or another society. So we see that it's about power and resources. Also, they want to regain their power identity. They want to regain their masculinity of controlling resources like social media, resources like their identity, their beauty, and everything they have. So it's more about psychology and the past. Remember again, this is educative topic. It's not who is wrong, who is right. It's about bringing the facts out so we can compare the statement from the young man. Is he correct or wrong? Last thing I can say, attention. Teenagers, they're just seeking attention, like on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, on what is another one? I don't know. There is a lot of apps for teenagers. So as you know, social medias, or these people who are controlling media like this we are using to educate others, they don't sell on good story. They get more viewer when speaking unspeakable things and people want to comment on it. When bad things being revealed or displayed, people who are against it will make video like this one, will make a lot of stuff to go against it, to rebuke it, correct it, to speak whatever they want to speak so they can balance matters. So we have to be careful, especially on video like this. Some teenagers, they just seek attention. Like now, probably when he was doing this video, he had only like 20 subscribers or 50, but now he had 100 because his video is viral. And remember, we are adding more trauma. We have to do more research and tend to seek why these people don't want this and why he prefer this. So I can say attention seeking sometimes might be he want to be viral, so he will speak against something, and that's it. Like I say, that I concur with the young man that he's not a black, he's not African, he's a Somali, and that's correct. What I don't concur with him is when he said African people is like this. Like I said, there is a video man standing and behind him there's something like explosion. So he meant being black, being African is chaos, poverty, disunity, civil war, and whatever. Because this guy, he was raised in Europe, it's good life, right? So he doesn't know those chaos he see. Sometimes they are from there. These kids, they don't understand what is going on. So I don't concur with him when he refers to that such, because when you dig deeper about Somali history, there is a lot of disunity, chaos, there is a lot of misconduct. Each society, north, east, west, south, central, each tribe has a seed of disobedience. So we have chaos everywhere. We have to be very, very careful when it comes to judge others so we can come out clean. Carefully when we claim of something or want the world to pay attention on something about us. Don't need to compare, because comparison doesn't work based on society, because each society shedded blood. Each society has its own dark side. So in short, I can say there is a lot of factors that contributing why this guy, he doesn't want to be associated with blackness or African.